Welcome to the channel. Story 1. I found out my mom is cheating on my dad. It started with something so small, it shouldn't have mattered. A phone buzzing at 2 a.m. in a quiet house. The kind of sound you usually ignore. The kind you pretend not to hear. But something about it felt wrong. And I didn't even plan to look. I told myself not to look. I literally said in my head, don't touch it. But my hands moved anyway. And the first message already felt off. Not playful, not normal, not harmless. And then I kept scrolling and my entire body went cold. Because it wasn't flirting. It wasn't jokes. It wasn't casual talk. It was hotel dates, dinner reservations, inside jokes, affectionate language, planning, secrecy, a whole second life living inside my mom's phone. And the worst part wasn't even the betrayal. It was the person it belonged to. Because this is my mom, the same woman who raised me, tucked me in, warned me about cheating, preached loyalty, talked about family values, and I'm staring at proof that she's been lying to my dad every single day. And I can't unsee it. I can't unknow it. And suddenly my entire house feels fake. Dinner feels like a performance. Laughter feels scripted. Hugs feel wrong. And every time my dad smiles at her, like he trusts her completely, my chest tightens, because I know something he doesn't. And I think about telling him constantly, every single day. But once you say something like that, there's no undo button, no reset, no fixing anything. You don't just expose cheating. You destroy a life, a marriage, a family, and I don't know if I can live with being the person who does that. So I carry it alone. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I replay the messages in my head. And the worst part is who it is. It's her boss. And my dad is kind, soft-spoken, loyal, the type who remembers birthdays, brings snacks home just because, trusts people without suspicion. And she chose dominant and flashy over steady and loyal. And that comparison alone feels like torture. Because I'm 21 and I thought this phase of my life would be about finding myself, not surviving in a house built on lies. And love doesn't feel safe anymore. Family doesn't feel real anymore. Trust feels fake. And I don't think I'll ever see relationships the same way again. And I deleted the screenshots because I couldn't destroy him. I chose peace over destruction. But the secret didn't disappear. It just got heavier. And eventually I confronted her. Didn't scream, didn't cry, just showed her the phone, watched her go pale, watched her block him, watched her hands shake, watched the power dynamic flip. And now, Dad stays happy. She's trapped in silence, and I'm stuck holding the truth I never asked for, living in a house where nothing feels real anymore. Story 2, one night that turned into a nightmare. I'm 29, and this started as the most normal thing in the world. Casual talking with a woman named Cindy. 33, nothing deep, nothing serious. Barely anything in common, but still enough to go for a drink. And when we sit down, the very first thing she tells me is that she's pregnant. Weeks pregnant. And my brain immediately hesitates, because that's not my life plan. Not my situation. Not what I'm looking for. And she sees it on my face and says, let's just see where the night goes. And my mindset shifts to casual. Nothing serious. Just vibes. Just a night. And the night actually goes fine. Drinks. Conversation. Connection. A hookup. Exactly what both of us walked into. But after, the energy changes. The tone shifts. And suddenly, it's future talk. What if talk? Fantasy talk. And it starts to feel uncomfortable. And I shut it down respectfully. Tell her I just want chill, casual energy. Nothing serious. And she says it's fine. Acts normal. So, I leave, go home, sleep, and think that's the end of it. But I wake up to messages. A lot of messages. Emotional messages. We're meant to be. You're my person. I've never felt this connection before. And then, the message that made my stomach drop. I'll terminate my pregnancy for you. And suddenly, it's not romance anymore. It's pressure. It's emotional blackmail. It's psychological attachment. It's someone trying to tie a life decision to my existence. And I immediately tell her not to do anything drastic. For me, and that we shouldn't communicate anymore. And that's when she flips, accuses me of using her, manipulating her, playing her, leading her on. And I explained the truth. Nothing was forced. Nothing was hidden. Nothing was pressured. She invited me. She agreed. It was mutual. But none of that matters, because in her version of the story, I'm the villain. And I realize how fast one normal night can turn into a life-altering situation. Because one drink, one date, one mistake has now become chaos. And I block her. Not out of cruelty, but out of self-preservation, because one night should not turn into emotional blackmail, forced responsibility, or someone else making life decisions in your name. And I'm left with the question I still can't answer. Am I the asshole? Or did I just dodge a life-altering disaster? Story 3. I cheated even though I swore I never would. I used to judge cheaters. I really did. I thought they were bad people. Weak people? Selfish people. I used to say if I ever felt the urge to cheat, I'd leave first. That I'd never be that person. And now I understand how easy it is to be moral when you're not inside the situation. Because I'm 19, I've been with my boyfriend for a year, and he's kind, stable, loving, safe. Everything you're supposed to want. But slowly everything started to feel flat. Not toxic, not broken, not abusive, just boring. Same routines, same conversations, same days. And I didn't talk to him about it because how do you complain about being treated well? How do you say I'm bored to someone who loves you? And then there was another guy, and at first it was nothing. Just talking, joking, laughing, feeling noticed again, feeling interesting again, feeling seen again. And I told myself it was harmless. I told myself it didn't mean anything until one night it crossed a line. And the scariest part wasn't the cheating. It was that I knew exactly what I was doing and did it anyway. Because it wasn't really about the other guy. It was about how he made me feel. Wanted, exciting, alive, and realizing that scared me more than the betrayal itself. Because it showed me a version of myself I didn't want to see. And my boyfriend doesn't know. I act normal. I kiss him. I say I love you. I laugh. I go through the motions. And every time I do, it feels like lying straight to his face. And now I'm trapped between two hells. Tell the truth and lose him. Or stay silent and live with the guilt. And I know I messed up. I know I'm not the victim. I know I broke something that can't be unbroken. But pretending I'm still the good girlfriend is exhausting. And carrying this secret is heavier than I ever imagined. Because some mistakes don't just change relationships. They change how you see yourself forever. Thank you for watching. See you in next video.